For this video we're installing the Xpel armor wrap for the mirrors on the Cybertruck. So if you're familiar with the product, this is our top side wrap. We've been selling this for a month or two. We had a few requests to do the bottom part of the mirror. So that's what this is. Bit of a jigsaw puzzle. In terms of what's in the box, you get obviously the lower kit. We'll also offer the combo as well, of course. You get a squeegee, and then you do not get a bunch of alcohol wipe, but this is what you want to use to prep your surface. And then just quickly to show you how it looks, happen to have a mirror here, so you can see these are the top sections. So that's that first kit, and then this is the lower section. So really nice fit. It looks amazing once it's finished. This has been quite a complicated project. These are complicated pieces to get a good fit for, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Looks fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and install on the passenger side of the Cybertruck. Okay, first things first, we're going to give the target area a clean. We already have the top one installed, the top cover, so refer to our other video, which I'll link in the description. But for now, we just want to prep the rest of it. Unlike sort of this PPF or vinyl, you don't need to get every last bit of dust and grit off. You just want to make sure that the surface is generally clean and there's no oily residue. So if you use any trim enhancer or anything else like that, we want to make sure that's gone from the surface. It's pretty windy, so I'm keeping the stuff in here, but this is what the driver's side looks like. So A through F. As with all of our armor kits, the alphabetical order is intended, so we recommend you go in this order. So we're going to start with section A, which is this strip here, and then work our way along. Okay, so this is where we're looking at. So I'm going to get down here. We want to make sure that we're not overlapping the edges at all. So as with all of every piece of trim on this truck and any other truck, you have these sort of radiuses on the edges. They're not dead square, so we want to be inside of that radius. So with this piece, hopefully you can see pretty clearly on my meta glasses. I'm just going to position it using my right hand, tap that into place, and then we're just going to steer it along this line, looking along here. Okay, bring that up just a tad. That's looking good. And then bring it around here. You can see these little stress relief lines. They kind of just vanish when you do this, but that's nicely aligned. So looking at this end, I can't catch it with my thumb. It's perfectly aligned with the section above here as well. So that's a really good start. Finish that up with the squeegee. Then we're going to go on to section B, which is this piece here. So same thing, we want to be inside of here. If you happen to fold your mirrors out, you're going to catch it if it goes too far over this side. So we're going to position this, and you'll see there's this is where the materials meet as well. So we're not going to cover up this line. We're just going to hug it, come just below it, like so, and just bring that round. Nice and easy. The worst bit is this bit. We'll get to that. Okay, next up, section C. When you're peeling it back, just be cautious of these stress relief lines. You don't want to rip the armor as you do it. So just be careful of that. And then for this piece, intentionally we're going to fold this out and get the camera squared up. So our alignment point here is this section here. So as you can see, we're going to just place this, again looking at that top edge. So, oops, there we go. So just there, we want to be inside the radius. Get that anchored, and then sort of get down underneath the mirror and just sort of put it along the length of this front section, making sure your gap is the same all the way along. Just pull that back just a tad. There we go. Let's squeegee that into place. So you can see I've got just a little gap here. That's to be expected, it's just the way it installs. So I'm just going to peel this back now and just replace that. And there you go. Looking good. I didn't say at the start of the video, always try to install your armour when it's relatively mild or warm and in the sunshine. I just ran out of time today getting the design finished, so I'm not in the sunshine. It matters much less for these smaller sections as opposed to sort of the rockers or the wheel arches or any of this sort of rear trunk pieces, which are, or rear truck bed pieces, which are really big. They do require a little bit of stretching to get them into the right spot. So these pieces definitely do in the sun. Smaller pieces, not quite so important. Okay, my nemesis, part D. Let's pop that back out, get a camera positioned. So this is just an awkward shape to install because we have no real reference point. All these edges are so soft. And then you've got this radius, which, you know, it's a circle, so it could kind of fit anywhere. So just kind of, I'm going to start kind of trying to align with this piece and the bodywork here, and we'll see how that goes. But get as far underneath it as you can, sort of square on. Sorry if the angles are weird on the glasses, but it will help, I think. I'm just going to, so I'm sort of looking at this turn here, looking along here, looking along here. That now looks pretty good. So let's get that in place. I'll be honest, I think I got pretty lucky that time. You're going to probably struggle more with this piece, but just be patient. Obviously you can remove it plenty of times if you need to. But you can see that's kind of nicely tracking on the gap as well, so that's looking really good. All right, what we got left? E and F. So E goes here. This is a little bit more awkward. If you happen to have the mirrors off for any reason, you can find a YouTube that explains how to remove them. It's just 3 bolts and a connector. Definitely easier to do it on a bench than it is when they're on the truck, but obviously overall it's a bit of a pain to remove the mirrors, so I don't really recommend it. So we're going to, again, get down to the level. This is an interesting piece to install. I'll explain why in a second. Let's get this bit sort of hooked in. This is going to be our anchor point for this section. And just bring it along here a little bit. Again, below this line, right? Because we don't want to cover that up. Now the trick here is you really have to tuck it into this corner as you go. So I'm going to use the squeegee, the hard side of the squeegee, just to work it along there. And I'm going to keep this off of here because as soon as it sticks, you're sort of stuck and you're going to get the bubble in this corner. Let's get down here now. So now I'm going to intentionally be quite forceful with it, get it in there. And you'll know if you got it right because I didn't the first time, but now you can see that's running nice and symmetrically along there. And looking good. All right, what we got left? Last piece, section F, so this is top panel here. Okay, so your alignment point for this is sort of this little triangular section here. That's how it looks. So we're going to, let me get square onto it again. Okay, so we're going to just sort of line that up. Tap that into place. Now let's take a look at this. So this bit's nice and symmetrical. We're good here. I'm right on the edge there, so I may be too far that way, but we're going to see. We're going to go with this. So I'll fold that out the way. So let's get a nice tight corner here, like that, and just send it that way. Then use the flat side of the squeegee just to tuck it under there. And then we'll come around here and just roll this edge over. So I'm not particularly happy with that. That's looking sloppy. So I'm going to peel this back and try again. Let's fold this mirror back. Oops. There we go. Just a bit of an awkward piece to remove because it gets caught up on things. So let's try again. I'm sort of fighting the daylight a little bit as well. Is that a song? No. Okay, I think that's looking better now. So same thing, let's get a nice tight squeegee over this bend. Then I'm going to look down over the top. That's looking better now. But what I'm going to do is just, there we go. If you have any bubbles in the material, especially on the flat sections like this, don't force it because you're just putting a stress in the PPF that will eventually just turn out to, it'll turn into a bubble or something. You don't want that. So this is looking much better now. So help that underneath there. There we go. Same over here. And then coming around here, just roll that over. And you can see that's much better. It's working nicely along that line. So there you have it. That's the fully wrapped mirror now, top and bottom. Thanks for watching.